So hi, I'm here at my friend Cheryl's house. She claims she's into tea. So this is Tea Time with Lorna, and this is a tea crash. So welcome to Tea Time with Lorna. Today I'm doing a tea crash. I'm at my friend Cheryl's house, who claims she is an avid tea drinker. Let's see. Hi, Cheryl.
What are you doing here?
This is a tea crash.
A tea crash?
Welcome to Tea Time with Lorna. You said you're an avid tea drinker, so let me in. I want to see what kind of tea you have.
Come on in.
Oh, thanks. Oh, what a beautiful clock. Gorgeous. Okay, lead me to your tea.
Oh, you ready?
Yes. Okay. So, where is the tea?
Here it is. I have a lot.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is amazing. Okay. Wow.
And then there's this.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so what are we drinking today?
Well, you have a lot of variety because my husband travels around the world and he brings me back tea from Hong Kong and Israel and Paris.
Okay.
So I have some nice green tea from Hong Kong that you might like.
Okay, I will try that tea from Hong Kong.
Okay.
Thank you. So I'm here with my friend Cheryl, and she just survived her first tea crash. Yay! So I'm so happy to be here with her because I know she enjoys a good cup of tea. So tell me about the tea that I picked, which was this one.
That is a tea that is from Hong Kong.
Okay.
Can't tell you the actual story to it, but it's a very unique green tea, has a very small leaf because green tea is a younger plant.
Okay.
And if you feel some of the leaves, they're much different than like you get in a tea bag.
Okay.
And you cannot put boiling water on it or it burns the leaf because it's a baby leaf instead of like a black tea that is more mature and hardy.
Okay. So we didn't quite boil our water then, is that what you're saying?
Not.
Okay. So this is my tea, right?
It's your tea.
Okay, thank you. And what are you having today? Because I see you have that huge box.
Because I've already had caffeine today, I'm going to do a non-caffeine tea that is blood orange and mandarin.
Okay.
My husband brought me back this from Israel.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just to Israel, but it's...
Okay. Now, is it recommended to have the tea that I'm having with milk, with sugar? Because this is a new tea for me. What's your suggestion?
Most of the time, I see myself and others only doing maybe a little bit of sweetener for green tea.
Okay.
Unless I've seen people do it like a frappuccino sometimes.
Okay.
I found that fruit teas, if you put milk in it, it curdles.
Yes. Yes.
So I won't do that.
Yes. I've noticed that as well. I mean, I don't like to put milk in any of my herbal teas.
Yeah.
So that's a good one for those who don't know to try out for themselves.
I need to get myself some water.
Grab your water and come join me over here. While you're grabbing the water, tell me, what made your husband decide to bring you back all this variety of tea? What was the purpose of that? I mean, you love tea, like.
I so dislike coffee,
Okay.
and he is really into coffee. That in his efforts to try and get me to enjoy coffee, he found how on the opposite I enjoyed tea. So he knows that I'll drink almost anything. There's a few flavors that are a little unique, but you know, he brings that, or my kids have found, you know, the bulk teas that you can buy in different places that they know they can always make mom happy with that gift.
This tea is really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good.
You've had it before,
I have.
right?
But not
I
everybody
like it.
likes green tea, so it's...
I really like it. I'm very
Good.
surprised. I never tried it before. Obviously, I don't know how to say the name, but it doesn't
If you
matter.
can read it, go ahead.
I don't know. Do you take sugar in yours? I should put a little sugar in
I
mine.
want to taste it first.
Okay.
See if it brings out the fruitiness.
Okay.
That's a big thing.
Okay. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today, if you don't mind sharing, is about this trip you've got coming up. What is this trip that you half told me about? Tell me about this trip that I might be jealous about, but I haven't decided yet.
Well, I guess I'm getting to an age
Okay.
that my friends are starting to want to do those bucket list trips.
Okay.
So a friend of mine got this quirky idea from a coworker to go to Iceland.
Oh, well.
The coworker told her that the flights weren't very expensive, so we tried to, manage it out, and so we're going to go there for 5 days
Okay, so when are you leaving?
in July.
Oh, that's... So I assume you'd never been before.
No,
Okay.
I haven't even flown over it or anything.
Okay. That sounds really exciting. Is there anything special that you're going to do there? I mean...
Well, there's a couple things that are interesting there. One is they have these geyser pools that you can sit in, kind of
Okay.
like a huge jacuzzi concept. And I guess it's supposed to, rejuvenate and help with health. And then the other thing that's interest there is they have the northern lights on the northern side of the island. The
yes,
streaky lights.
yes.
Yeah, so they're just far enough north, and then different cuisine. And I discovered that they have a yoga studio there that I want to try. And then I'm going to be on my adventure of finding whatever tea, because what I've looked at so far, their little cafes seem to favor coffee.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be an adventure to find that little treasure.
Okay. Feel free to bring me back a tea
Oh.
from there if you should find one. Hint, hint, not so much of a hint as a request. Enjoy your tea. That really sounds excellent. So have you been to any of the Scandinavian countries before?
No, I haven't. And, when you do the ancestry checks, I haven't done it, but my sister has, and she said that we're primarily Scandinavian, so I suppose I should be looking at it a little more.
Oh,
No.
maybe you can check out, I don't know, some of the history there and get some information on how they maybe traveled to America or whatever, things like that.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's really great.
Yeah.
Anything else you're going to be doing on that trip? Or is that about it? I mean, it sounds amazing to me.
It's kind of a new venture, since it's like the first time that I've kind of done this without my family, or without, going to see relatives. So it'll be just kind of a fun thing to we're gonna probably go hiking, because there's lots of landscape stuff that looks fun. It's an island, so there's lots of beach.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll just be really relaxing, unplugged from everything. There won't be computers. My cell phone probably won't work very much. So it'll be, reading a book, enjoying just being girls.
Okay. What else do you like to do to relax? Okay, so this vacation sounds fabulous. So I'm leaning a little on the jealous side. Not quite there yet, but could be, depends on if you get tea or not. But what else do you like to do? Because I think someone shared with me once that you also like to garden.
I do.
Okay.
That's a hobby that kind of picked up from my mom, and throughout the years, mostly being here, my husband and I have discovered we can grow heirloom tomatoes that are just amazing.
Okay.
They're literally like this big.
Okay.
And we make them into sauce.
Oh.
And then I can it for the rest of the year. And then we grow garlic, and sometimes we've grown onions and basil, and we can just put it all into the sauce.
Well, that sounds different. I mean, usually when you hear people growing things, you're hearing regular vegetables. I know that for one of my sons is a vegetarian, and for a while he had a garden, and he grew cucumbers, cauliflower, broccoli, peppers. Did he do tomatoes? I don't think so. And what was cute for him, I guess, was just to go outside when it was dinner time and pick what he wanted to have for dinner that night.
Oh.
And then come inside. So I always thought that was really cute.
I do that with Swiss chard. That's my breakfast in the morning, or part of my salad.
Okay.
And then I grow jalapenos and habanero chilies,
Okay.
and add those to, sometimes we'll make salsa, or you can, but yeah, I haven't had much success. I tried growing corn and cucumbers, and the squirrels ate them.
Oh, so you have squirrel. I guess where we are, we don't have that issue because they haven't picked any of ours off.
Okay.
So we've been lucky. I know a lot of people, especially in Connecticut, there's also the deer that are around in some places, and so you have to worry about deer and rabbits and all these other things. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's great to have them, but I know for myself, I have not had that issue. So I'm grateful that ours have survived. But we haven't grown anything for a few years.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
different. I grew up in San Diego, and we could grow 9 months of the year. And here you're very limited. There you can, starting in January, I have friends sending pictures of their tomatoes already.
Are they friends though? Really?
No. Yeah, they're tormenting me. They don't realize it's like, okay, it's April and we're still getting snow.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, because friends wouldn't do that. Why did you leave San Diego? Now, I've got to tell you, I went to San Diego maybe 3 years ago, and I've got to tell you the story. As soon as I got out of the plane, I'm still in the airport. I said, oh, I've got home. I've arrived home. I literally was in love, and I was still in the airport.
Yep.
I was in the airport terminal, and I was in love. And so when the door opened, I was like, yes, I am. This is where I belong.
Yep.
Why have I lived anywhere else? And I was still on the airport,
I get that when I walk outside. As soon as I smell the air, because it's got enough of a deserty and then the mix with the beach, that it's like, this is familiar. Yeah, unfortunately, the business that my husband is in, he's done stuff with startup banks and some different hedge fund stuff, and it just kept being East Coast. So it was like either we live there without him or we move here and be with him.
Okay.
So it wasn't really much of a choice.
Yeah, I really liked La Jolla Beach. To go up and see the seals and stuff come up on the beach.
Yep.
That I thought was amazing. I went also to, is there Missionary Beach?
There's Mission Beach.
Mission Beach,
Yep.
That was great. What else do I remember? Oh, to Old Town.
Yes. Did you go to the Mexican tortilla where the older ladies are making the tortillas in the window?
Yes. And also, where I went that I was completely fascinated. I don't know the name of the roads, but on the end of the roads is that big church with the statues. I don't know if there's black marble, and it's a female. I don't know if she is a female priest. I don't know what she is, and she's outside. And
is it in the Old Town area?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
like
from Mexico all the way up to Northern California, they put, I think it was 13 miles is a day's walk.
Okay.
And they would put a mission every 13 miles so people could travel for the day and then have a place to stay and be safe.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think it's 13 miles, I'm not sure.
Well, that's interesting. I have to say that one of the things that absolutely surprised me about being there, of course we're on the East Coast. The thing that surprised me, because that was my first trip to the West Coast, was how friendly everyone was and how I couldn't get over the fact that the church doors were open. Like the church doors were open, as in open, not closed and then you opened it. And I couldn't get over that because having lived here, the doors are it's cold and the doors are closed because you never know who may decide to borrow property that they don't return. But so I was just in awe of how open it was. So I walked into that church and the doors were open. I instantly felt welcome and I had a great time. It was amazing.
Good.
Amazing. And they also, was that the same church where they had these huge elephants outside? Was that the same church? I don't remember.
I'm familiar with that. I know it's not in Old Town, it's closer to Balboa Park, where the zoos and stuff are. Because they had, not a World's Fair, but they had something in Balboa Park at one point that there's a lot of little extravagant things.
I liked the zoo also.
Yes, it's an amazing zoo.
Yes, that zoo was amazing. I have to say, it was on my list since I was going to be there and I knew I was going to be there. And everyone's always talking about that particular zoo, that was on my list of things to go visit while I was there. And I had a great time. I loved it there.
Yeah, it's a great place.
If I could,
there's a lot to do in San Diego. I mean, you have so much in such a small area that you can't be bored.
Yeah, definitely on my list of places to go back to.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to do on my bucket list, because we're talking about bucket lists, is I would like to drive I think it's called the Gold Coast. Is it called the Gold Coast? Well, my plan is to drive from Napa Valley, down through Santa Barbara, all the way down, but end at Los Angeles. Is that, I don't know if it's Route 60, I don't know the numbers.
There's Pacific Coast Highway,
Maybe
which
that's
is
the one.
101. It's the coastal highway.
Okay.
Yeah, and it goes through, you go to Monterey, and there's this whole Big Sur. It's big cliffs all the way down, a little bit more rugged, but then there's also like surfing beaches a little bit further up, and
Yeah.
it's gorgeous.
That's the drive I want to do.
Yeah.
And I've shared this with other people, and they're like, oh, I'll come with you. And not to be selfish, I actually like the idea of just doing it by myself, just to have that drive by myself with no real agenda, just the drive, because it's supposed to be gorgeous.
We did
and
that
just to take my
opposite
time.
with motorhomes going up to, because we had family up in Washington, so we did that same drive except for coming up instead of coming down. And we'd stop at campgrounds along the way, and there's some that, I don't know if Hearst Castle.
Yes, I
Okay.
want to go there too. But isn't that sort of a little bit inland?
It is a little bit, but it connects.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink alcohol at all, but I still want to go to Napa Valley, to go to the wine countries just to see it, and then come down. Yeah.
And the sequoias,
Okay.
the huge trees that like you can drive a car through some of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's on my bucket list.
Yes.
What else is on your bucket list?
Well, I want to go to Italy or Spain.
Okay.
That's one other trip.
Why one or the other? Why not both?
Oh, I guess I never thought of it that way.
Like, why are we choosing? They're two different countries.
My husband happens to go to Madrid quite a bit, and
Okay.
so I'm hoping to go there, and we have friends there, so I'd like to be able to go visit them. And then different things. I mean, I've chosen to be a stay-at-home mom for 20 years, and I'm gonna go back to school and start working with people in a different way. That's kind of a bucket list thing. I'm just not quite sure how I want to help people.
Do you really want to work with people though?
Yeah. I am an extreme introvert. I do like being by myself, like you're talking about the trip on your own. I'm like, I would totally love that.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be an introvert. It's just, in my mind, I think this is going to be the most relaxing thing ever, just to drive and just to have the breeze. I think when I was a child, I probably saw a movie. Do you know what I mean? You know how you're influenced by things.
So you're
saw
going
as
to
a
live
child?
the movie as you drive along.
I probably saw a movie about somebody that did this drive and it has stuck with me. I don't know who. And they seem to have a fabulous time. And so there's part of me that, I don't know, maybe I want to recreate that. I don't remember the movie.
And hope you
at all.
don't get like the flat tire or run in a ditch.
Well, luckily we have cell phones now. I should try to figure out what movie that was. I don't remember. But yeah, I think for me personally, Italy and Spain are on my list.
Yeah.
I have a sister that went to Italy, I don't know, several years ago. She had a friend that lived there, and she came back with these gorgeous bags for us all that was fabulous. And I'm like, ooh, I need to go.
What were they made of? Were they a leather bag, or
Yeah.
were they the knit bags?
No, it was leather.
Mm-hmm.
And the bag was gorgeous. And, it's one of those things where I would like, for me, I'd probably have to go for a month because I want to go to Rome because I want to see all the museums. I want to see all the statues. I want to see everything. And then I got to go to Venice because I want to roll around on the gondolas. And then, of course, I got to go to Milan because I got to see the fashion. That's 3 weeks, right?
Okay.
Is that 3 weeks?
And a lot of money.
Well,
And maybe some Pepto-Bismol because you'll be eating food that you're not used to.
yeah, there probably would be a lot of pasta. But it doesn't mean I don't want to go. Yeah, that's on the list.
Yeah, I had friends that went to Italy last year and just said the food was amazing, the scenery was amazing. Took pictures of just the way the architecture of the homes, and yeah, just a lot of walking, not a lot of cars in certain areas. Used to walking, it's like totally different lifestyle probably.
So do you speak any Italian, or do you think you would pick up some before you go if that was the choice that you
No,
made?
I've been warned for Spain that it'll be difficult because they talk very fast and they want you to speak Spanish.
Yes.
Italy, I've heard that depending on where you're at, I want to go more to the rural countrysides. I don't want to just, Rome would be great, but I don't want to I want to go to the little stuff and see. There it might be a little harder to get English, so I'm not sure. Phones have apps now. I'll have to rely on that and hope that it says the right thing.
I forgot Tuscany. I want to go to Tuscany too.
Ah.
I forgot that one. Having seen movies again.
Well, you're all over, aren't you?
That's why I think I need a month to go to Italy. I have a friend that's what she did. She went to Italy for a month and she did 1 week in each area with her husband and her 2 children. And maybe that's where I'm getting it from. But it was such a great idea. Now they saw Italy.
Yeah.
Did a month. They saw Italy. Spain for me, as much as I would love to visit because we have mutual friends there. Madrid is probably where I'd go. And I think that, I'd like to, there's no real calling of anywhere else. I just would be happy to see whatever Spain has to offer.
I would love to go to parts of Africa too. A friend of ours that talked about the hospital in Cambodia that they raised funds for.
Okay.
There's stuff like that you can, do all the time. South America, be able to help people, but at the same time go and just adventure in a new place.
Well, I know that I wanted to go to Kenya and do like a Kenyan safari. I thought that sounds great. Until I saw on I don't know, YouTube or somewhere, a couple were driving through a safari and I don't know, was it a bear? Some creature got on and tried to get in their Jeep and I thought, well, that's out. That's out. I'm not sharing the adventure with the animals. They need to be on the outside and I'll be on the inside.
Yeah.
So that, and this was just like 2 weeks ago. Like, no.
Yeah, I think I would not enjoy that.
Yeah. It's so funny because I remember as a child, I went camping. No, let's rephrase. As an adult, I went to a summer camp and I worked as an EMT at a summer camp.
Okay.
And I don't see well in the dark. And, when I had the shift where I had to be the one that was up till 11, 12, 1 in the morning, just in case, I was always nervous that some creature was out there about crawling outside. Do you know what I mean? Like a bear or a snake or anything else. And I'm like,
I went river rafting when I was, 10th grade. 1 o'clock bathroom run. You could hear the claws of the bear as it was walking on the asphalt throughout the campground. And I'm like, oh, how do I get back? Where is it?
You see? Maybe I'm not the safari type then. Because if I can't survive a summer camp.
We're talking bucket list. Come on. You gotta do those adventures. You don't want to get to the end of life and say, I didn't do anything that was exciting.
Yes, but I also don't want to be eaten by bears. I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to rent one of those Jeeps that is totally enclosed and do you know what I mean? I don't want anything to get me. I want to be on the inside. I went to Arizona once. And I was going to the Grand Canyon. And before I went, I saw that they had these Jeeps that you could rent. I don't know if you've ever been to the Grand Canyon.
No, I haven't.
And they had these Jeeps and they're pink for the women. They literally have pink Jeeps. I forget what the company's called. And I thought, well, that's what I need. I need a Jeep that's for women that I know I'm safe. Like probably it's hardwired a little bit more than others. I don't know. But that's what I need in on a safari. Something that I know nobody's getting in unless I open the door myself.
Yeah.
But then, so
we were talking about the San Diego Zoo. There's an area north of there that I think it's called Safari Park now. It used to be called Wadana Park. You can go out in one of those opened side cargo trucks.
Okay.
And you're out there with the rhinoceros.
Okay.
And the giraffe and the zebra.
See, that's too Jurassic Park for me.
So then The giraffes bring their head down because they want the biscuits that you're giving them. So you're inside this open-sided thing with this huge giraffe head. And do you know how long a giraffe's tongue is?
Very long.
It's 17 inches, so you can't get away from it. But it was fun. It was fun. There's little baby giraffe, baby hippos.
So they basically they've got the animals that are not going to eat you. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, no, the lions and the tigers are in an area that's their own enclosure, probably because they don't want the zebras to be eaten either.
Yeah, I remember years ago I took my son to, I don't remember which park or which zoo it was. This is when we still lived in England. I'll never forget. We were standing there and he was feeding the llamas, I think peanuts or something. No. And the llamas spat at him. It was the funniest thing ever. And it was like, he's like, I will never go near a llama again. And it was like the family joke for a while.
Yes.
Like, how do you upset your son? I'm not going to say which one. Just take him near a llama. I don't want to say which one because he'll never forgive me.
No, he won't.
I won't say, but he'll know. He'll know. He'll know. It was very funny. It was very funny. Well, I really appreciate having this time to talk to you about tea. But before we go, I need to know what this one is that you pulled out of your cupboard. What is this one?
Well, my husband brought this back from Paris this last time.
Okay.
And he went into a tea store and just described some of the things that I like for tea. So this one is a mixture of fruit and black tea.
Oh, okay.
Because he knows that I like both, so he got one that is both of it. I don't know, it's Cusme tea, Prince Valdemir.
Okay. Have you tried it yet?
I have. I enjoy it. Yeah, it's a little bit more hearty. You know, a fruit tea is lighter, and because it has the black tea in it, yeah, if you smell it, and it has. I like certain tea bags that don't make your tea taste like paper. So it has a muslin kind of.
Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is nice.
It's got a really rich flavor.
Oh, this is nice. Can I get one? Mm-hmm. You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. So I'm going to take one of these to go.
I think that you like this one too. This is the one I'm having right now, the blood orange and mandarin.
Yes. Oh, I can take one of these too?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. That'll be, okay, so I'm taking one of these, and then what I will do, I will say that, and I will let you know what I think of it when I eventually have it.
Sounds good.
Because the idea of having one, I've been to Paris a billion times, but I don't recall what type of tea I've had. You know, I have a friend that lives in Paris, and she's English, so we really just have English tea when we're there. You know, we're not really going to have the Parisian tea. So this will be a great experience for me to try this, and let's see if I like it.
Okay, sounds good.
So thanks for being on Tea Time with Lorna and welcome me into your home with this tea crash.
Yes. Well, it's been nice talking with you and having a great cup of tea.
Oh, thank you so much. So, thanks for tuning in to Tea Time with Lorna. I'm so grateful for Cheryl for being open when we just arrived at her house and just crashed in and made her make us a cup of tea and sharing all these wonderful teas from all these different countries. I've never tried this tea from Paris, so I look forward to having that. The other tea, I think she said, was from Israel. I look forward to having that too, or some more actually, because I had one already, and I loved it. I thought it was adorable. That's all we have for now. Next week, I think my guest is this infamous dancer that I feel like I talk about every week. Hopefully, she will be my guest. I'm hoping, so fingers crossed. If you like the channel, feel free to subscribe, and thanks for tuning in to Tea Time with Lorna. Bye.